This is gonna be fun.
You think so, huh?
Mhm. It's gonna be fun. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Jentimental Podcast Series. And today I have a very special guest with me, and he's all the way from Austria. I'd like to introduce you, Thomas. Hi, Thomas. How are you doing?
Hello. Yes, I'm feeling great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Would you like to introduce a little bit about yourself, about your background?
Yes, of course. My name is Thomas. I'm from Austria. I'm 42, and I work as a government official in Austria, in Lower Austria. Yeah.
How do you feel today to be like
Oh,
my very first guest on the podcast series? How do you feel today?
well, I'm really nervous. I'm so happy that I'm the first one, and I was really excited when you were asking me about this, and I said, yeah, yes, of course, really would like to do that uh, because it's a great opportunity to work with you together. This is really interesting for me. So it's my first time, yeah, to do something like this, and I'm nervous, excited. But I guess you will take my hand and put me through this, yeah.
I believe we're gonna make a great episode today. So just talk a little bit about the decisions that we making this collab happen. So I wasn't really think that you would accept to be on my podcast series. It was
Mhm.
like very spontaneous. I would just like comment, reply back to your comment on my video, and you were being so supportive about it. And I didn't think that you would accept it at all, but you eventually did, and it was such like a motivation for me to continue the podcast series. And I think people gonna love it. People gonna love to have guests on the podcast series and actually sharing their personal experience with the listener. I think people gonna love it. And we are
Oh,
very honored. I am very honored to have you on the podcast.
no, the honor is on my side because yes, it was really spontaneous, yeah, and I think you're doing really great to show other people how you progressed in so many things and how you improved your English skills. Because I was really amazed about this. Because when I saw this video from your first steps,
Oh,
this was okay. This was really okay, and then it really gets. And this is
wow.
really amazing how your pronunciation improved. It's really amazing. Um, mine was not that good. I
Oh
can tell
no,
you this. Yeah.
you are doing
But,
fine. But
oh,
yeah,
thank you
so
very much.
today, so today we're gonna go through a lot of interesting topic together. And but
Mhm,
let's first start with the first question. Okay, so
mhm.
is English is your first language?
No, English is not my first language. I'm a German native. In case of the language. I started English in school, and it was, I guess, in kindergarten where
Oh,
you had small groups of maybe 5 or 6 children, and they was just singing in English and try to learn the new words. But it progressed over time when I went to school, and it got better, and also the level of my English got better. But it's not my first language. This
so
was.
why
Hmm?
did you decide to learn and be try to improve your English?
Well, the main reason was because of my work. I was working as a sales assistant, and sometimes it could happen that people went to the store and they were just talking English, and it was getting more and more when I was working in the first district. And in the first district, there are a lot of tourists, and the main language of the tourists is English, and so I needed to do that. And it's um, when you're working in this kind of field and you're talking to a lot of people and a lot of tourists, your English will improve automatically. Yeah, because you see the progress and you try to get better. You start watching TV series in English just to improve your to improve your skills. Yeah, and try to learn new words. Yeah, and I also did when I didn't know a certain word. Yeah, I just looked it up, and yeah, so it got better over time. Yeah,
So,
but
yeah,
yeah,
just continue.
yeah, and for example, when I got to know my wife, we also could not communicate uh, really well because she's your cousin. Yeah? So first language was Vietnamese, and my first language is German, and we needed to find a language that we could communicate in. And yeah, and it improved a lot in this time because this was our language to talk with each other, to communicate with each other, to show love to each other, and it really improved in this time because this was a main booster for this. Yeah, this was the main booster.
Great. So, do you think that English can help a person to become a global citizen?
I guess English is the most important language to become a global citizen because uh, you could communicate in English nearly everywhere. Yeah? So, for example, um, when I was younger, about 16, 17 years, I often went to Hungary because it's a country
Ah,
nearby Austria. And just to go there to buy clothes, cigarettes, or something like this. People do stupid things when they're young. And this was really interesting because in this time, when you went there, people could talk German a little. Yeah, so
yeah.
this was okay because they wanted to sell things to tourists, but this really changed a lot. So, for example, when I went to Budapest, this is the capital of Hungary, and I was really amazed. Yeah, that in the touristic hotspots, yeah, like for example, shopping malls or things like this, where you
Yeah.
expect a lot of tourists, yeah, the younger people, yeah, who are working in these fields, they were not able to talk German anymore. But what they
Mhm.
had was a really amazing set for skill of English. This was so amazing, yeah, and the pronunciation was very well, and this was the only way to communicate with these people, yeah, and this
Yeah.
this was really amazing. So I guess English would be the first language to become a global citizen or a cosmopolitan, when you want to say it like this. But I guess it's not just the language because you also need to be interested in the culture
Yes.
because you really need to understand people. Um, you need to understand the language, but it's also, I guess, more interesting when you understand people's culture. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what I really try to do when I visit a country. I want to know about the culture because it's not just the language; it's also body language, which is
Mhm.
also interesting, and it depends on the culture. This is what I got to learn the last few years. Yeah.
So, working in like an international environment, do
Mhm.
you have any advantages or disadvantages when working in like such an uh, diverse environment?
Um, you mean me personally? If I have
Yeah.
any advantages and things like this? Phew. Um, well, I'm not really the right kind of person for a job like this. Yeah, but I guess when you are working in a business that is all about freelancing, yeah, so you just make your projects, yeah, then of course your language needs to be English, because this is the only language that will work with these kind of people, because there are people from all over the world,
Yeah.
yeah, who just are providing services, really small services, yeah, in really big projects, yeah, and they are just hired for maybe about 2 weeks, yeah, or just for simple software to program. And I guess when you are working in this kind of business, then it's just the language and just about your knowledge, yeah. But when you really want to maybe live like a digital nomad, yeah, and you have your business, for example, in your home country, yeah, and you can do your business from wherever you are, yeah, then maybe it's like a mixed thing. Like you have your business, you do this in your language as you are used to, but you're living, for example, in Thailand, then it would be also better to know the language
Yes.
there, yeah, to have a decent life, that you have everything that you need, so that you can go to the store to buy some food, yeah, or meet other people or something like this. But it really depends on what you want to do. In my opinion, it depends on what are you going to work, or what are you going to do. If you go to a different country, yeah, and you work for a company, then English would be the main language. But I don't think you could avoid to learn maybe the language of the country where you are
Yes.
living, because you will not have a decent life, or you will be really you will be not integrated in this society. So yeah, I think it really depends on where you want to work or how you want to live. Yeah. Hmm?
Great. So, would you consider to travel and work in like another country if you have a chance?
Uh, well, for sure it's really interesting. Yeah, for sure it's really interesting, and I guess for younger people, when they are already graduated, like you, for example, maybe about 24, 26 years old, uh, maybe for these people, it's really interesting to get to know something new, to experience new things, yeah, and to find the direction of the life, yeah. But I cannot really answer to this, because I'm 42. Yeah, I already made the most important decisions in my life and in my career, and I don't think I would do this. Yeah, because I'm a government official. I have a really good job. It's well paid. It's paid. Yeah.
So you are
And
you're happy with what you're doing right now?
yeah. I'm really happy, because I have contact to a lot of people. I'm issuing many kinds of documents, and this is really just a great work, and it provides my wife and me with all. It helps to pay for our needs, yeah, and it's paying most of our wants. And I guess this is the most important thing. We have everything we need. We don't have a great jet set life. I'm sorry, but we have everything we need to have a decent life. We have everything, and we are not lacking anything. Of course, it would be nicer, yeah, to travel somewhere first class, yeah. But I don't think I would do that even if I could afford it, yeah, because sometimes it's for me just burning money, yeah.
Oh,
But we have everything we need, and I guess that's the most important thing. But when you are young, you sometimes do not know what you really need or want. Yeah, you always mix it up. I guess I was like this. Yeah, I do not want to say everyone does it like this, but I guess it's important uh, to make experience, to find out what are your needs and what are your wants, and then you need to find the right balance. And when you have everything you need, then you are satisfied. Yeah, and there is no need to break out or something like this.
So if you were uh, in your 20s again, then you would definitely go travel the world.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, if you had a chance, you would, right?
Yes, I would do, but I do not think I would work in a different country than Austria. I don't think I would like to do that because um, I'm a little old fashioned. Yeah, and this is not because of my age, because I knew when I was about 7 or 8 years that I always wanted to become a government official, because I always wanted to have the security of the job. And during COVID, I found out this is really the best decision. No, the second best decision of my life. The best decision was to marry my wife. Sorry.
Uh,
And this job provides me with a lot of security, and I was never afraid of losing the job or something like this. And I had a lot of benefits like home office or something like this. But I do not like home office. So I really do not care about these things. Yeah, but I don't think I would do this again. But maybe if my life would have been different, and if I would have gone to university, and that I would have studied something that you could really make a lot of money from it, then of course I would have thought about to go to a different country and maybe find a different way. But I'm satisfied. So yeah, I'm happy with my life. I'm really happy with my life. I have a great woman beside me. I have a great family, and yeah, it's okay for
amazing.
me.
Yeah.
And this is the life that I enjoy, and I guess this is important for me. It is important.
I'm happy that you're really enjoying whatever you have in your life. And I think
Mhm.
a lot of people tend to like want more, but um, we actually need to sometimes be satisfied with what we are having. So I think I'm
Mhm.
really happy for you. Yeah. And
Thank you.
so uh, when we talk about like learning English or any kind of language, have you
Mhm.
ever made any mistake in speaking English? Any like embarrassing moment when you're speaking English?
I guess so, but I cannot remember. I cannot remember specific moments. Uh,
But
but
did you
it.
feel
Mhm.
like did you feel shy or embarrassed when you make the mistake?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course, because it when you are um, when you are trying to find the words, yeah,
Mhm.
and the words they just won't come out of your mouth, and I
It just
start
won't come
getting
out.
angry because yeah, this is really I really start getting angry because of this. Yeah, but in these moments I just try to listen, yeah, because
Mm.
I usually talk to native English speakers, and this is so interesting when you hear these words, yeah, and I try to reckon these words, yeah, I try to learn them, yeah, and this really helped me to improve, because sometimes you just do not know the phrases, yeah, because this
Yeah.
is not your language, yeah,
Mm.
and for example, when you are watching um, you're watching TV shows. Yeah, for example, it also depends on is this a British or an American TV show,
Accent.
because yeah, it's all about the accent, and it's sometimes about the phrases and just a few words and things like this. Because um, what I have been taught in school in Austria was a British English. Yeah, it is British English. Yeah, and sometimes when I watch US TV shows, I cannot understand every word. Yeah, because I just do
Yeah.
not know the words. Yeah, and sometimes I use subtitles when I want to find out what is the word. Yeah, I really try to use it. Yeah, whenever I need to talk to somebody. Yeah, and yeah, this is not easy, but yeah, this happened really often when I was talking in English. Yeah, yeah, this is
So
sometimes embarrassing.
how did you overcome though embarrassment and though insecurity? Like, do you have any methods to overcome it and become more confident in speaking English as you are right now?
Um, as you get older, you see things a little more relaxed. Yeah.
Mm,
What I experienced was whenever someone was talking in English. Yeah, uh, these people are so happy and so thankful that someone is
yeah.
listening to them. And so it does not matter if you make one or two mistakes with the
Mm,
grammar or you do not pronounce it correctly, yeah? Because you you surely will find some differences in how a native speaker would pronounce a word, and in other cases, for example, um, some really nice guy who is sitting in India, yeah, and
mm,
making and doing the Microsoft support, yeah, because it also depends on how you could pronounce it, yeah. But this is okay. I guess the most spoken language is not so good pronounced English. This is my opinion. Yeah,
mm,
so it does not matter because you could understand each other. I don't think it does. It doesn't matter that much. Yeah. So I do not feel that embarrassed right now. I feel embarrassed. Yeah. I'm really honest. I feel
mm,
embarrassed when I start to stutter because I cannot find the words, you know, or I need to think of how to pronounce it so that everybody could understand. Because the main problem is when you are not talking in your mother tongue
mm,
is when the other part of the communication um, does not need to understand you. Yeah, because it's also a lot easier when the other part wants to understand you. But if this is not a must, then it would be easier not to understand each other. This is what I found out. Yeah, it also was because of my wife when she was learning German,
mm,
and of course she had problems with the pronunciation. That is normal. Yeah, but I could understand everything because I wanted to understand her.
yeah.
But people who did not want to do that or did not need to do that,
Mm.
they sometimes were not understanding her in the beginning. So this is normal. This is yeah, yeah.
So, at the moment, is there any language that you would like to learn rather than English?
Yeah. I tried to learn Vietnamese,
Mm,
and I found out no, this is this no, this will not work. And this is really funny because when I think of this right now, I had everything that you were talking about. I was embarrassed. Yeah, I did not know how to say. I did not know the words. Yeah, but my
mm,
problem is the pronunciation. This is in Vietnamese so crucial. Yeah, and
crucial.
Yeah, this is this is the most important thing.
Is it
And
the hardest language that you have ever learned?
yeah, because I was always interested in languages. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
always interested. I'm not good at math. Yeah, because math works for me only on bank statements. Yeah, this is the only way math works for me. Yeah, and um, I learned Latin. I learned Old Greek. Yeah, so I really could relate to other languages. Yeah, I'm really also interested in grammar. Yeah, so this is really not a problem for me. But the problem with Asian languages is this is all not working because this does not belong to the family of the languages that we are used
Yes.
to in Europe. Yeah, and it's also because of the thing, because when you learn a language, your mother tongue, your muscles, of your mouth and your face, get used to it, and they are
Mhm.
trained like this. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I could never pronounce a word in a word correctly in Vietnamese. This would never work, because whenever I try to say the word "good" when you say you're a good boy, good girl, I guess it's "yoy" or something like this,
Yeah.
and I also and I
Yeah.
always say "elephant."
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's
I
like
always
there's a mark above the word. So it's like
yeah
giỏi,
yeah
giỏi.
yeah yeah, and I always say "elephant." Yeah, but this is this is okay. I found that out. I say okay. Of course, my wife is sometimes saying words for me, but yeah, I just keep it. When my wife is wearing something nice, I always say tap 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 tap. Everything is okay. This is all I need to know. Yeah.
You just need simple words to compliment and saying nice word to your wife. That's gonna win her heart.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, but
And yeah.
what would be really interesting to learn for me would be Dutch. Yeah, because the language they speak in the Netherlands, is such an interesting language because it sounds like a mixture between German, English, and it also has this so the sound is really nice in my ears. The sound is nice. So when you're listening to music in Dutch, this is great. Yeah, they show feelings like no other, I guess. So yeah, it's really nice, really nice. Other language, and I'm not really interested in learning other language, but maybe I will learn Italian sometimes. Maybe sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that really right now, because I do not need it that much, and just for knowing, for example, when I'm in Italy, and just to talk to people, it's not necessary because they also speak English. So I do not see a need in there. But it would have been nice to learn Vietnamese, but I really stopped it because it's not possible for me to do that. But what I really would like to do is to talk with my parents-in-law, because they do not speak English. Yeah, and this is what I really would like to do, to talk with them, just to have a little chit chat like with you. Yeah, but it's not possible. Yeah, this is a little sad about this.
But I believe that you could eventually do it. You have like an excellent teacher, your wife.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
think
But
somehow we're gonna make it happen.
okay, okay. I will try my best to do that someday.
I will be your partner in practicing Vietnamese if you ever need
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I will take this as an offer. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, then when you talk about when we talk about your experience in learning English, Actually, mine
Mhm.
is a little bit funny because, the reason why I started learning English is because I wanted everyone to uh, do not understand what I'm saying. So that's why I learned English. Back when I was, yeah, back when I was still young. And um, I think back then when Disney, Disney TV show, Disney Channel,
Mhm.
yeah, it was pretty big back then. And I was watching a lot of movies on the Disney Channel. And then I kind of like I imitated
Mhm.
the conversations in
Mhm.
the shows, and I watched a
Mhm.
lot of it, and I just naturally repeated after the conversations, and then
Mhm.
I picked up the grammar from those conversations. So that,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, that's pretty funny because I didn't really focus on learning grammar on the books, like on the textbook, like like my
Mhm.
peers at that time. I was just learning
Mhm.
through the movies because I was so upset with Disney Channel. And yeah, and another reason is because I think I was just being so introverted. I didn't really talk that much, and I couldn't really express my feeling pretty well in my own language in Vietnamese. And I kind
Mhm.
of like I really have like a connection with English back then because I
Mhm.
was so upset with movies and just generally like English. So I could express myself like pretty easily when I speak English. And it doesn't
Mhm.
happen when I speak Vietnamese. Like it's like a whole different personality of me just come out when I speak English. And like a more confident version of me when I speak English. I could express myself better. I could speak like my mind better when I am
Mhm.
speaking English. So that's why
Mhm.
that's why I study English, and I've grown to love it more com-
Mhm.
compared to other kind of language. I also study Korean because I also love watching Korean movies and K-pop, like Korean music. So yeah, that I also picked up Korean, and I think I also we also share the same interest. We are interested in learning different languages. So yeah, I think the most interesting about studying language is just I tend to use it as a tool to get to approach the culture, like you say, the people, the culture. I think it's a great opportunity to actually get to know to their culture by their language, which is more like,
Mhm.
yeah, it feel close, and
Mhm.
it feels like somewhat personal. And yeah, that's why I learned English, because I fall in love with the culture, the Western culture, the English culture, and the way that they think, the way that they speak their mind. Like I love the liberty in their mindsets, and also how they can easily express their feelings and without afraid of
Mhm.
anything. They have no rules, and yeah, so that's why I want to have like that kind of mindset. There's no boundaries, there's no limits, and I actually love that.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I can relate to this. Yeah, I can relate to this, but um, I guess culture and language always go hand in hand,
Mm.
and I guess you have a really good approach to this. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, I really like it. Um, um, I also try to not just see the language, to also see and recognize the culture and respect the culture. And of course, it's really interesting when you get uh, get the mindset and the the feeling that the people have in other countries, and it's interesting how people from different cultures are expressing emotions and things like this. I really could relate to this. I really could relate to this. And I guess you have the right attitude for this. So
Yeah, I think
amazing because you are really young, and this is I like it a lot. Yeah,
I think
you amaze me every time.
I think like every country and every language has its own beauty. So when we pick up, because I like to learn a lot of languages, not just English. I also want to learn German. Like I think German has its own beauty in its language and the peoples as well. So if
I
I
could
could
help
have
you with
enough
that.
time, if I could have enough time, I would learn even more languages. But for now, I'm just focused on improve it, like improve my
Yeah.
English and my Korean, and then I will gradually add up more languages into like the journey of learning different languages. So yeah. And when it's come to English, like do you have any specific advice for people who do not have the environment to like practice to speaking with like foreigners or native speaker?
I guess when you want to learn a language, you need to have two certain things. You need to have grammar, and you need to have the vocabulary and also the phrases. Yeah, these are the most important things. Yeah, when you do not have the environment that you could learn it at school, or you could learn it at university or something like this, then you need to use different tools. There are a lot of YouTube channels who could provide you with at least one of these things you need to have. Yeah, and but if you have a sentence like, I need to go to the store to buy butter and bread, no one talks like this. Yeah, it's just for you to learn the word. So I guess watching TV shows, or maybe shows for children. Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the best way to learn the everyday English, or everyday part of the language, because it's important to talk like people and not like a grammar book. This is what. So when you're watching TV show or watching movies or something like this, this would be great. But I guess it's not the best thing to watch a movie that is only made for grown-up people, because you will see a lot of violence or a lot of words that are not appropriate when you're talking like this. Yeah. But I guess this would be the easiest way to do that if you are not living in an environment, or you not have the opportunity to go to a school and to do that. So when I tried to learn Vietnamese, I attended a class at this is called community college. This is something where you could learn how to knit, and you could learn how to play the guitar, and you could also learn how to talk Vietnamese. So this is really a low level thing, and it was not expensive, but it was really interesting because because I do not have the opportunity to watch Vietnamese TV shows, because I cannot receive them here, And the teacher, it was really interesting. She's from the north, she's also living in the same district where I live, and she was telling me some phrases and things like this, And whenever whenever I came home, and I was calling my now wife, then
Mhm.
girlfriend, and I say, today I learned something new. Toi ten la Thomas,
Oh,
and just
well, that was pretty good actually. That actually pretty good, pretty close.
thank you, thank you very much. But I know it's not that good, but it's okay. But I was saying something like, maybe you should try the southern accent. It would be a little not so painful in my ears.
Mm. So you prefer the southern accent rather than the northern?
No, my wife was preferring this at this time.
Mm. Okay.
Because I really cannot hear a difference. Of
Mm.
course, I hear a difference when I hear my wife, and for example, I was listening a lot to Vietnamese music, and I really like to listen to Vietnamese music.
Wow,
And
really?
yeah, of course.
Oh, so
You
what kind of
you do not
song that
you
you
do not
listen?
know that I met Kan Lee.
I
You do
don't
not know
know.
that.
I don't know. I didn't know. Oh, that was great.
Yeah,
So
I,
that's your favorite singer?
I know one one song of her. Yeah,
Mm.
and this evening she was singing a lot of her songs, but I just know one that I can remember
Mm.
when I hear it. But I also like Mitam and
Mm.
Juk Nyan.
Chúc
That's correct.
Nhân. Okay.
Yeah. This this is also really nice. Yeah, I like the music, but it does not help me improving my pronunciation. It certainly does
Mm.
not help me to improve my vocabulary. So you did not know I met Kan Lee?
No, I didn't know.
Hmm.
You didn't tell me about that. But it
Okay.
was nice. It was nice to see you involved in like the Vietnamese cultures and music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of course.
So as much as I love to continue our talk, we're
Hmm.
actually running out of time for today's episode. So what is your final message or advice to the people who are trying to improve and be better be better to a better version of themselves, like in terms of self-education and personal development? Do you have any final message or advice for those people?
Well, I guess the first thing is that you need to make sure that you know yourself and you know where you are right now. And
Mm.
then you need to start uh, dreaming about the best version that you could be. Yeah. And in my opinion, what helped me was to set small goals, small
Mm.
goals. And whenever you achieve one of these goals, you also need to celebrate a little, yeah,
Mm.
just to give yourself a reason to do it. Yeah. Uh, in my experience, when I was younger, when I was until the age of 30, I was not really like this. Yeah. Whenever I achieved something, I was like, uh-huh,
Mm.
okay. Yeah. But you need to be clear about where you are, what you are, and where you want to go. And then you need to. It's like going somewhere. You also need to tell your navigation system where to go, where you want to go, and then you need a navigation system. Maybe someone who could help you. And I guess this is the best thing to achieve goals and to become a better version is is setting goals. I guess this is the best thing. Yeah, I guess this is the best thing, and never be embarrassed to ask for help, because most of the people, they will not laugh at you because they will try to help. I guess so. This is what I experienced.
So that's a very
This is what I
wonderful
think.
advice. Yeah, it's a very wonderful advice, and I'm really happy that you accepted to be on the show, and I'm really thankful for your experience and you're willing to share your personal experience to the show for today. And yeah, just thank you for being here with me, and thank you for let us know for giving us a lot of advice. And hopefully, we will have a chance to do another collab in the future.
Uh-huh. Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and it was really, really nice. I'm really not nervous anymore, so I could go on about 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, we're definitely
I
gonna have
appreciate your.
to do another episode in the future.
Yeah, oh, I would be delighted to do that. Yeah, and thank you very much. It was really nice with you, and maybe we could do this again. Yeah,
Mhm.
and yeah, maybe next time.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
whenever you have time, just we're gonna just meet up and talk about another topic.
Okay, we will do that. Yeah, thank you.